Hey everyone, Paulie, wormfarmerrevealed.com, and I am going to talk about applying diatomaceous earth on your chickens. Um, Here I have Bugsy, we call her, and when you apply the diatomaceous earth, I'm not going to talk about diatomaceous earth. There's plenty of information on my website. I've got like 5 pages on it. The link is right down below, so just click on it and it'll take you straight to the diatomaceous earth page. Um, I also have video on how to apply it in the worm bin. But anyway, applying the diatomaceous earth to the chicken will help get rid of the parasites, um, the little mites that crawl on them, because diatomaceous earth, as you know, dehydrates the parasite or the insect, all insects. So um, chickens have a natural way of ridding themselves of unwanted parasites or pests. They do it with their beaks. They get in pretty good, but they can't get it all. DE comes pretty close to getting all of it, um, but still, there's no perfect solution, but it will bring the mites down to a minimum. Applying DE will just about everything, just bring it down to a manageable or minimal problem solution. There's no panacea for anything. So anyway, so what I'm going to do now is just apply some diatomaceous earth to little Bugsy here, and you don't want to get a whole lot. And if can you see it here? The neck is important. That's a part that they can't get with their beak. So, but just like in a dust bath, when they naturally take their dust baths, they get up in there, but they can only get so much. And a little tip here is to do it on a calm day. Today's not quite that calm. Evenings are more calmer. This is the evening, but uh, you never guaranteed calm wind anytime. But evenings are good, are best. They get down at their tail and just all around. Now, when you apply it all to the top up here, the DE will eventually work its way down. Another technique, like for getting underneath, because that can be a little tricky, is to grab their legs and hold their back so they don't get real scared. Hold their back and tip them upside down. And you may have somebody help you out with this, but if you're just by yourself, then just hold them. I know, sweetheart, it's going to get a little uncomfortable. And just make this part real quick. Just rub it on their belly, and then bring them back up. That way they don't get their beaks, get their nose in the dust. And for those of you that do have sensitive lungs, I have a page that talks about practicing safe applications with DE. So, it talks about wearing a mask and doing it on calm days. Another way to do it is if you can't get your chicken, a good idea is to somehow lead them into the coop, and then you can grab them from there, or do it in the evening when they go in to nest. But this is a pest pistol, and you can just give a little squirt here and there. You can see how it comes out. Just give a little squirt up underneath. Almost like oil in a hinge. This is probably one of the very effective methods and a lot less messy. Now, she's gonna walk away and she's gonna try to get it off of her. They normally do. That may have been a little too much on her, but I'm just doing this for demonstrating purposes. Okay, another way of applying it is you could have a little shallow pan sitting out here, and once they kind of get used to the DE and know that it's not a threat to them, they may go up in there. Of course, that's a deep one, but they may get in it and do the little dust bath thing. Another way that you can apply it is right over here. Right over here is one of their dust bathing roots, and you can sprinkle some in here so that when they come to stir it all up and get it on their feathers, they'll get the soil in there, plus they'll get the DE up in their underneath their feathers. Let's see, another do I have another method? I think that was all as far as applying them to the bird. I mean, you can just reach in. If you're in the coop, you can just reach in and grab some and just sprinkle it on them. Now, come in here. This is where I put, when I clean my coop out, I put all the chicken manure in there. Then I'll also sprinkle that with the DE, and it really cuts down on the flies. I do have flies in here, but when I started using the DE, the first couple of days I used the DE, flies were down to a minimum. I mean, it's amazing. Then on the floor, I'll sprinkle it on the floor, and that really cuts down on all the bugs. And I'll just put a little bit, just real tiny pinch of it into the nesting boxes, and then they'll get in there and they'll brood, or they'll just sit and nest, and they'll lay their egg and all that, and they'll get it on them. So you just want them to come into contact with the DE as much as possible. Also, if you have an egg in there and it's cracked and it's broken and it's oozing out, put the DE on that and it'll soak up quite a bit of that broken egg. I've got this tube feeder here, and I'll sprinkle a little bit of DE in there, and so then they'll consume it, and it helps get rid of any parasites that they may have intestinally, and also it helps to restore their if they've got runny poop, it helps restore that back to normal, because they get rid of the parasites. Also, it just I'm not going to say it constipates them, it just brings them back to having a normal stool. And it's probably because of a parasitic problem. And I think that's it. But that's one of the many different ways that you can apply Diatomaceous Earth to a chicken. This is Paulie from Worm Farming Revealed. Remember, the link to all my Diatomaceous Earth pages are down below. So I'll see you next time.